October 1962, during the Cuban Missile Crisis. The world was holding its breath. One wrong move from the US or the USSR would trigger a nuclear holocaust. But while the world watched the surface, the real danger was 300 feet below the Atlantic. Inside the Soviet B-59 submarine, conditions were hell. The air conditioning had failed. Temperatures hit 120 degrees. Carbon dioxide was rising, and men were fainting in the dark. They had been cut off from Moscow for days. Above them, US destroyers were dropping signaling charges, non-lethal explosives meant to force the sub to surface. But to the exhausted, paranoid crew, they sounded like depth charges. They thought World War III had already begun. Captain Savitsky snapped. He ordered the launch of a 10-kiloton nuclear torpedo. To fire, protocol required unanimous agreement from 3 officers. Captain Savitsky said yes. The political officer said yes. The fate of humanity rested on one man, Vasili Arkhipov. Under screaming voices and red lights, Arkhipov stood firm. He argued that the charges were a signal, not an attack. He didn't just refuse his key. Illegally, he forced the captain to surface. He chose courage, the act of a hero, saving the human race. Arkhipov received no medals for not starting a war. In fact, he was criticized by some for surfacing. But because he said no, the sun rose the next day. We live in the future he allowed.